There, let's continue on this particular story. SABC News reporter Mlondi Radebe is standing by for us. He is on the ground. Mlondi, where are you now? You were last in another area. Are you still there? What is the situation there? Are you able to speak to us as well about what motorists who happen to find themselves on the road are saying at this point, how difficult it has been? Just taking a look behind you there, Mlondi, I see there are quite a number of trucks that have queued up behind you. What is the status where you are?
Thank you very much, Griselda. We're here now in Howick. The trucks have been stopped on the N3. They are blockading the N3 northbound. You can't move from where we are if you want to go to Johannesburg side because the trucks have been stopped. They are not allowed to pass this area. It's about a long queue of trucks that have been basically stopped in this area. But I'll speak to the MEC of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal, Sboniso Duma, who will briefly tell us about why the trucks have been stopped and what is happening so far. Thank you very much, MEC, for your time. Briefly, if you can just tell us about the stoppage of these trucks. We understand that there's snow in Balkawen.
Thank you so much for affording us this opportunity. Let me greet your good self and your viewers at home. I'm sure you know that snow on its own will always create a disaster or a havoc. We had to agree and reach a consensus this afternoon, or in fact yesterday even afternoon, that we had to stop the trucks after 12 o'clock because they were going to cause a lot of havoc. You might know that even after Moy River it's more dense as compared to where we are here. So that's the consensus that we reach. I'm sure you'll also know that we also give you a serious warning as from yesterday, because 3 days down the line we saw these processes from the weather service. They told us about these processes. I'm sure you know from Harrismith downward as well, it's almost the same condition. Newcastle, the issue of Van Renen is the same. So as you might know that all the time the trucks will be the first one to be stopped because they are major on the road. Even the small vehicles are not even moving around Moy River, around Van Renen and Harrismith side in different areas in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
MEC, at this time, do you have any incidents of road carnages in KwaZulu-Natal as a result of the snow as well as the heavy rains?
There is one bus that has been stopped around Dundee area. It's only one incident, but we are told there is one chronic patient who's also stuck around Van Renen, and we've already spoken to MEC Health to do something. At this point in time, we are clearing the road, but the process is not going to be smooth because the reality that you might find that the road going to be closed almost the entire day, depending on the weather, because it's not going to be easy for now. That is why we are saying still issue the warning. People must not move, northbound in particular. It's going to be closed for quite some time. So we issue that stern warning that please comply, please adhere on the road, because it is what is going to be good for the safety of the passengers, for the sake of the people on the road.
MEC, is there any arrangement for basically the motorists that are stuck to get at least coffee, because we understand that it's very cold in this area?
At this point in time, I'm sure it has been blown out of the processes. It's not possible. That's the reality, because the Department of Transport on its own will require a proper disaster. Cork tires not play the role that is critical, because national and provincial, it is what we must do. We need a lot of things on the issue of evacuation plan and all those things, so we can't promise. But what we could just say that we have started the processes of clearance. It might take us some time because you try to clear the surface after you've just left the process to start the process again. So I think it's what we are currently happening, that in the meantime we are just issuing the warning, but we are trying by all means. Unfortunately, even the choppers can't fly around this density of the weather pattern. It's something that we are just going to do. We are only saying that we understand, but our RTI are on the road trying so that we don't have any fatalities on the road.
Thank you very much, MEC, for your time.
Thank you so much, man.
Griselda, that was the MEC of Transport in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. I'll just step out of the shot so that Griselda Tulani Ngobo can show you the trucks as well as in the mountains. You'll see that there's snow in that mountain. We are just near the Mid-Mat Dam here in Howick, where the trucks have been stopped to try and prevent any accidents on the road, because we understand that the roads are icy, the roads are wet, and they basically Transport Department is encouraging motorists to delay their traveling. They are also encouraging those that are on the road to keep warm, to try and make sure that they are warm in their trucks. But the other challenge is that the fuel will might run, basically you lose your fuel during this time, but you must try and make sure that you keep warm on the road. Those that can assist, basically they are basically called, because we did speak to the Umgeni local municipality. They were saying that they are trying to make sure that they will organize at least a coffee for the motorists on the road to just keep warm, as well as they are trying to make sure that if you are near a place, just park your car and then try and get a assistant in the nearby residential area so that you can just keep warm during this time. Because also the other problem that we did speak to the passengers of a taxi that were telling us that they were going to Bergville for a funeral. They couldn't pass where we are because there's that challenge that in this area the trucks have been stopped, so they can't even pass this area. Other motorists, they are telling us that it was a sad for them because they don't know where to go, because if the road is closed, they are forced to go back to Durban. We did speak to the other driver who told us that he was here in this area, is attending to a wedding. He was going to decorate at the wedding, but now he can no longer pass where we are. He will have to be forced to pay back the money to the people that are to the couple that is having a wedding this morning. Back to you in studio, Criselda, for now.
Well, Mlondi, thank you very much indeed. There's definitely going to be lots of disruptions to business in that particular area. A lot of trucks, of course, doing business in that area, moving from one province to the other. Mlondi, I'm going to ask you, we'll cross to you in just about a moment as well. I'm going to ask you to please have a conversation with those truck drivers at the bottom there. I'm hoping you're going to be able to maneuver just to get a sense from them about how long they've been there, how much longer they're expected to be there, and what this disruption means for them in terms of business. We'll try to cross to you again in about the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you could have a conversation with those truck drivers, we would really appreciate it. We'll come to you live on that.